Mounting a flashlight to your weapon can be a pretty daunting task. There's a ton of different type flashlights, a ton of different mounts out on the market. Sometimes there are flashlights that fall in between. So I have two things here that I want to show you that I'm really excited about. One thing that I've really been waiting on, and that is this little WM10, which is a flashlight mount for your weapon for the smaller, and this goes from the 18 millimeter all the way up to the 23 millimeter. And so we're going to take a look at this offset mount by Olight, and then we're going to take a look at this XWMO2, and this is their magnetic flashlight weapons mount. And I've tried some different magnetic flashlight mounts, and they have not worked. This thing is incredibly strong, and we're going to take a look at both mounts. So the WM10 is really something that's pretty exceptional. You can find a lot of different mounts that'll fit the 1-inch style flashlights, the tactical flashlights. The compact size, it's not too big, they're about 6 inches. It's a nice mount to put on your weapon. But one of the things that I really like are smaller flashlights, such as this little Olight M10. And the M10 Maverick is just an exceptional light with a lot of beam, and it really has great throw. So it makes itself really great for a weapons mounted light. It comes with a number of self-adhesive pads that go on the inside where the flashlight mounts to. And this not only protects the flashlight, but you can see it also will increase or decrease the thickness according to the light that you're putting in. So it makes it really easy to mount the light. And all you need to do is slide the light in, clamp it down, and then just tighten it up. The large knob right here has plenty of knurl, being able to grab it and go ahead and mount it to the light. The other thing is the pads really help secure the light so it doesn't have any movement in the mount. Now the mount is offset, and one of the things I like about that, and I'm going to show you on the rifle and on a pistol. Here we can place the mount on a standard Picatinny rail, tighten it down, again hand tighten. Having it at this offset angle allows you to get your finger to it. You can use the pressure pad to be able to cut it off and on whenever you need to. Or you can use one of their weapons mounted pads. You can attach this and then put a pressure pad on your rifle. This gives you a lot more control, and it gives you a lot more options. The Olight WM10 mount fits really nice on the rail. Then with the pressure pad, get good light. Once, solid beam. Twice, you get strobe. In low light situations, it's really important to have light. You can't really see. It's going to be difficult to pick up your target. Having a light source that you can just turn off and on. You don't leave it on to make yourself a target. You can turn it off very easily. That's one of the things about the pressure pad. As long as you have a pressure on it, it stays on. You relieve that pressure and it's gone. If you're pushing a pressure pad on the end of your flashlight, sometimes it's difficult to get around to it to be able to cut it off. Really lights up your sights as well. Plus it looks cool on the end of your rifle. This also mounts on a pistol. If you have a Picatinny rail on a pistol, you can mount it. Again, hand tighten, and you have an offset pistol mount. My typical grip is thumb over thumb, and this allows you just to reach down with your thumb and to be able to push the pressure pad at will. A light on a handgun, especially a defensive handgun, you can see the silhouette of your sights because of the light, and that really makes a big difference. And then with the thumb, just cut it off and on. You don't really change your natural shooting hand position. Having a light on the end of your handgun, little offset, you can hit it with your thumb. You don't have to change any shooting position. Off, on. Now this is obviously a little different than an integrated, dedicated light for your handgun. Typically they're one piece affair, and everything is attached, the mount and everything. With this, you can pull your light out of the mount and use this for an EDC light, a security light, and then when you're finished, you can attach it to the mount and go from pistol to rifle to shotgun very easily. If you're law enforcement or military, you may not necessarily be looking for something like this. You want to keep a dedicated light, but if you want to be a little more versatile, then this is really a way to go. One of the other beautiful things about this mount is the price. It runs $16.95 at Going Gear, and so it's a really inexpensive way to be able to mount a flashlight not only to your AR-15, AK-47, whatever you have, even 12-gauge shotgun, or you can mount it to a pistol. So this is very versatile and you can switch it around. This is made from aerospace aluminum alloy, so it's a really high quality, high anodized, hard anodized Type 3 finish. It does fit lights from 18 millimeters to 23, and it has the spacers, and these pads are widths of 1 millimeter, 1.5, and 2.5 millimeters. The mount itself is 3 inches in length this way, it's 3/4 of an inches width here, and it's 1.5 inches in total height. So it's a pretty small mount to be able to put a very small flashlight on either your rifle or pistol. Now the XWM02 magnetic flashlight weapons mount is really exceptional. The magnets are seriously strong. In fact, they go up to 95 newtons, which I guess that's named after Sir Isaac Newton. And I'm not really sure of the specifics of what a newton really is, but I'm going to tell you what, this thing hangs on to a 12-gauge shotgun or AR-15 or even a 308. First we're going to try 3 number 8 Federal game loads. Moved up a little bit on the barrel, but it held pretty firm. Now we're going to try some double-aught buck 3-inch premium Federal loads. Stayed on there. The boy sure did spin it around. I've tested a couple of other flashlight mounts, magnetic flashlight mounts, and birdshot it would typically do okay. Buckshot it would fly off. So even though this moves around, that's pretty good. Man, this thing is strong. It's staying right in place. Now on this old FR8 308 Mauser, shot it a couple of times with the mount. Being a small carbine 308 bolt action rifle, I was really surprised that it stayed on once, but it only stayed on once. Now the magnets themselves are non-marring, so you don't have to worry about messing up the finish on your barrel. It weighs 4 ounces, so it's pretty lightweight. It is 2 inches in width and 2.5 inches in height. This one also features the black hard anodized finish, which is a Type 3 military grade finish. This is specifically more toward the 1-inch size tactical flashlight, which I typically use on a lot of my AR-15s because this has been the only size mount. It also has spacer pads because a lot of these flashlights have different configurations and dimensions. So I've used this one on a number of different flashlights, the Olight of course, and some other flashlights that I have, Eagle Tech, Caleris, and every one of them fit perfectly in this specific configuration. It does have more of a screw tightening feature, and here you can use a flathead screwdriver to really tighten it up. And that gives you a little more security. Bring your flashlight, put it into place, And then you can give it a little more security by just tightening this down. Obviously you don't want to do it too tight, but there's no pressure added once this is flush to the mount, so it's going to be difficult to mess up your flashlight. Plus, you have those spacer pads in there that are going to cushion the light in the mount itself. Both of these mounts are very highly finished. The anodizing is really nice and smooth. The quality of Olight is really exceptional, and they keep adding great products continually. Olight is one of my favorite flashlight companies by far. Now the price on the XWM02 is $39.90 at Going Gear. Now the good thing about Going Gear is that anything you buy you get a 10% discount using Such in the coupon code, and any orders over $49 get free shipping. So if you ordered these two mounts together, you'd immediately get free shipping, or if you ordered a mount and a flashlight, preferably an Olight, but Going Gear has over 600 different flashlights on their website, and that's where I get all of my flashlights, knives, and a lot of other different gear. Going Gear is a great place to check out, and I want to thank Marshall. Marshall's a personal friend of mine, and he offers this to all the Such viewers, and just a great place to shop. And if you're ever in the Smyrna, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta area, you need to stop by and visit Going Gear. They have a fantastic store, and great retail store, plus a fantastic website. So whether you get the Olight angled mount or the magnetic mount, these are two great options to attach to your weapon systems. And remember guys, light is your #1 security tool. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now you see me, now you don't. Okay, I'm a little crazy. Be strong. There it went. You know my neighbors love me. Woo!